Hi everyone, it's Bianca from the Stampin' Bee, and today I have a very beautiful card for you using the Painted Harvest stamp set, the beautiful sunflower that comes into it. I used the stamp set and the punch, which comes in a bundle. You get them together for 10% off when you order them. This flower is gorgeous. It makes the prettiest flowers, and I've seen them in all kinds of colors. And since pink is my favorite color, I wanted to do pink. So I did Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, and Early Espresso for the center of the flower. Now I did kind of a different technique I had seen. Usually when you stamp with the stamp set, it comes out very light. It's kind of a watercolory type look. It is a two-step stamp set, so you do add another detailed stamp on top of it, which is nice with the photopolymers. You can see right through. And what I did was I did the first layer in Flirty Flamingo, then the more detailed one in the Melon Mambo, and then I went back. I went back with the larger one, turned it in kind of the opposite direction, and stamped again. And this made my flower very, very full. Made it a lot fuller than just the one time each stamp. Then I did do the center of the stamp. I used it with Early Espresso. I did go over it a couple of times. My stamp set was starting to dry up anyways before I re-inked it, and so I kind of wanted to get as much out of it as possible, but not make the insides too dark. I didn't want them to be too much darker than the actual flower, otherwise it wouldn't pop out right. I then did the leaves with Lemon Lime Twist, and what was nice about, like I said, the stamp set, it's like a watercolor type of stamp. I didn't stamp off or anything. I just went right over it with the detail leaves, and it actually gave it a darker layer, made it stand out. And then I did punch them all out with the leaf punch that comes with the stamp set. This leaf punch is adorable. It's so cute. Now what it does when it punches out, it does have a white layer around the image, which is majority of stamp sets and framelits and things. In this case, I didn't want any white layers showing. I basically made my images stand out better. So I got my sponge dauber and the Lemon Lime Twist and went around the edges of the stamp. I did also do that to the flowers, not with a sponge dauber, but when I cut them out. Basically, I had seen it online that usually they would fussy cut and you have the white edges around your image. Well, online on Pinterest, somebody cut out the flower and didn't do the white edging and went right up to the stamped image, and it looked gorgeous. And so I wanted to do it with this one. I did make the card the first time around with the white edging around the image, and it looked nice, but it didn't pop out as much as when you cut right up to the petals. So it did take some time, of course, to fussy cut, and I, of course, love fussy cutting, so I didn't mind it too much. But it looks great when you have it right up to the image without the white border. It really makes it pop. So I am using another stamp set, the You've Got This stamp set, for the sentiment I am here for you. I haven't used this stamp set in a really long time, and I really wanted to bring it out again. I really wanted more of a here for you type of card. Don't have many of those on my blog anyways. So I used that, stamped it on with Early Espresso. I did get a little crooked, so the good thing is about paper, it's two-sided, so you can turn it around, and I was able to get it just right. I then flagged the ends so that way it would sit nicely on the front of my card. Once I did that, it was now time to put the card all together. When I first made the card, it looked great, and the wood textures paper that I had picked out looked nice next to the Early Espresso cardstock, but I still wanted it to pop out a little bit more. So this time around, I used the Wood Textures Designer Series paper and attached it to the Very Vanilla cardstock. And it had added a nice little border to my card, which really made it stand out, and everything matched along with my sentiment and my flowers. Then once I did that, I did want to add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Always got to add a little sparkle to your card. The first time I did it in the center of it. Now with the liquid for the Wink of Stella, you have to be a little bit careful. It can grab some of that ink and make it run a little bit. So in my first card, it did move the early espresso around a bit, and I didn't want to do that again. So this time I just put it onto the petals, and then of course added some to my leaves, so that way it kind of goes all over the place and adds a nice sparkle no matter which direction you move it in. I then glued everything together so that way it was one big embellishment. I then added my leaves and everything as well. And then I put on some dimensionals and popped it onto my card. So I really hope that you enjoyed this card. Again, everything is on my blog at thestampinbee.com, all the measurements and product information as well. I'll have everything linked below in the description. And you can be able to shop at my store 24/7. I love to earn your business as a customer. And thanks so much. I hope you guys really enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.